Todd Grisham. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time for our tale of the tape. First up, the boss. And he'll be facing one of the best to ever do it, Saul Canelo Álvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179.
Todd, this is well anticipated. I'm so looking forward to this tear-up. These two are really up for it. You know what? Nobody believes they're going to lose.
Up first is the boss from Mexico. Saul Canelo Álvarez, the Mexican legend, the middleweight, the super middleweight, the light heavyweight who fights out of Guadalajara, Mexico.
It'll be ding-ding from first brother off.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner from Mexico, wearing the black trunks trimmed with cyan, the boss. Fighting out of the blue corner from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a 4-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Álvarez.
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
People are arguing about this in the street, in the pubs, in the bars, and this is why it gets giddy, it gets exciting. The anticipation, second to none.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. And we're underway in round one. Well done with that counter shot. That uppercut's blocked. That hook won't score. He blocks the jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
It's so hot, so heated. There's a roof on here. You don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're getting under. You're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on here.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Those counter punches have to hurt. He just misses with that jab. Both want a highlight reel knockout. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. It's no secret who has the... And there's the bell for round two. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You're not going to see a lot of finesse and skills from this guy. He wants to bury his forehead in your chest and pound away.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best of the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
They're both trying for a knockout. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's just like a match made in heaven.
That hook's blocked. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
If you're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
That hook just can't find the target. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but let's get it started in round 3. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Beautiful counter punch. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. He threw a punch and just got countered. Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? The perfect counter lands. Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Beautiful counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. The stamina is off the charts. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Nice idea with the hook, but that's blocked. Those counter punches. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. On to the 4th we go. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well done with that counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
He threw the hook, didn't land. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Skillful.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! And is this the beginning of the end? A nightmare start to this fight. Caution being thrown to the wind. wasn't ready for that counter punch. He parries that left jab away. The jab doesn't quite connect. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. I promise you, all three judges here are going to...
Just the same again.
On to the fifth we go. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
The stamina is off the charts. And they figure out the combination to this save.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them. More than happy.
And he scores with the counter. They block that jab. They got out of the way of that right hook. Nothing back here in the round. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. You know that bell was sweet music.
Switch on.
There's the bell to start round 6. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
The straight right just misses. A swing and a miss. Time counter shot. Can they figure out the combination to this save?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be hard.
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. Oh, my word. Canelo just got clipped. Looks like they've shaken it off.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Oh, my. That's a game changer. Looks like trouble was averted.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do you do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get...
Whoa, Johnny! We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. That was almost a 10. Here we go with It's round 7. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Nice counter punch right up the middle. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Don't get tripped.
Hold on, I gotta cut you off here, Johnny. The defense failed them. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Incredible work rate. Those counter punches have to hurt. A lot of effort being exerted here. Beautiful counter punch. Nice hook there. Catch and shoot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Now you start wondering how. Round 8, and we're off again. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Hold it right there. Canelo Álvarez just got rocked in a big way. We've avoided catastrophe there.
B-Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Canelo in serious jeopardy here going to the canvas. The pound-for-pound king, Canelo, is down. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
That's lights out right there.
One, two, three, four. Come to me.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagles hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up. Suck it up.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
Love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath, got right. Push it.
Stay focused.
And we enter the ninth. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They've staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Beautiful counter shot. boxing with the hook. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. These two fighters. And there's the bell for round 10. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
There's a counter shot. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. How many more power punches can one person take? There's a counter shot. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. We'll see how much. Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got 2 fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
On a hook, but nice defense there. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice job by him to block that jab. Canelo Álvarez just got rocked in a big way. No, we don't see a knockdown.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. How much cardio? And there's the bell to start round 12. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Some might have thought it was a little bit closer, but in the end, the referees are in a unanimous agreement.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.